Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making a video on how to beat troll level. Let's get into this. Firstly, these two first jumps are just timings, they have no memory. You need to fit in between these two blocks, then you need to jump from this block late enough so that you don't hit this black block all the way onto the blue pad. Then, once you get to the blue pad, you're going to wait once, and then once you get to the block with the blue orb on it, you're going to jump. Then, once you've jumped off this, you're going to wait for this block. Once you hit the black block, you're going to hold. See these two blocks? They're part of a 3-block staircase. Once you get to the top of that staircase, you're going to let go. Now that you've let go to avoid jumping in this, you're going to wait till you hit this black block. Then, it's once again a timing, trying to fit yourself in between these two blocks. Once you do that, you're going to continue holding. And you're going to continue holding until you reach this black block. Once you've hit this block, you're going to let go so you don't jump off this one. And wait until you get to this block. Then, you're going to jump onto this block with the blue pad. Once you get there, you're going to wait until you get to this black block. Now that you're here, this block is completely fake. It's not real. So you're going to jump over onto this block that's hidden by the flower. Then, this is another late timing. This block right here will kill you if you jump too early and you're trying to get to here. So you need to jump late to avoid it. Shit, didn't see that. Do not. Now that you've jumped over here onto this, you're going to hit this black block, wait until you see this other black block that's hidden. Then, once you do that, you're going to hold for an extremely long time. See? This entire bit is free. Then, once you've jumped off this block, you're going to let go, and then wait till you get to this block. Then, once you've hit this block, you're going to jump again directly through them, and just hold until you hit this one. Once you've gone through there, you're going to jump through here, through these, and you can continue to hold until you get to a block which has a blue pad on it. Right there. Once you've let go of that, you're going to go onto this block and hold again until you get to another block with a blue pad, right? You can also, instead of worrying about the blue pad, you can worry about the fake dual portal. Then once you get here, you're going to wait to drop onto this block, jump, and hold. And then once you've reached the air, after jumping off this one, you're going to let go again. Then, once you've hit here, you're going to go down into this block that's hidden, and jump and hold, jump and hold, and use this staircase to get up to this block. Do not, you have to hold on this one, because the pink orbs will disallow you from jumping. Then, once you get here, you're going to click this block and hold until your cube jumps into here. Now, what I'd recommend is stringing all of that together, because this is where the pre-drop becomes less about memory and just becomes really difficult timings. So now I'm going to show you what that all looks like. There you go. Okay, so now that you've hopefully learned that, we're going to get on to the really hard part of the pre-drop. So, once you get here, you're going to micro-click this blue orb so you don't end up jumping again into this block. Now, this right here is the hardest section of the entire level. Basically, the jump, you're going to try and jump from this black block to this other black block and hold. The problem is, this block is going to kill you unless you do an absurdly tight timing. Now, some people will just jump off this block normally and then time this one. I find it's easier to hold for all 3 blocks because there is something you could do to set it up so that the timing isn't as difficult. Pretty much, this block is fake. You're going to get to this block, wait until your cube just exits this green decoration. Then you're going to hold and just hope and pray this timing works out. Extremely difficult. Now, once you've held off here, this green orb doesn't have a timing. You can just click it whenever. Now, this bit looks very confusing, but it's completely auto. After this green orb, you can just relax all the way until this block. Once you've hit this blue pad, you're going to hold to jump off this block. This block is completely fake. Then you're going to hold, hit that hit this black block, this block is completely fake. You'll continue to hold until this pink block, right? Which will then jump you through this fake block. Then, once you reach this pink orb, you're going to want to hit it approximately in the middle. It's not a very difficult timing, but it's so that when you hit this yellow pad, it jumps up and doesn't hit the gravity portal before you can hit the black orb. And this block is completely fake. There's also S blocks here, so you can hold all you want. Then, as you saw there, once you get to this black orb, you're going to click it, and it's going to send you up into here, onto this block. Then, you're going to hold until you get to here, right? These blocks are all fake. Then you're gonna continue to hold until you get to this blue orb and click it and hold. It will jump off this block, then this block, then this block. You're gonna get to this pink dash orb and you're gonna hit it. The fuck? That's so obvious. you're gonna get to this pink dash orb and hold it until you get down here. Right? Now, it is a bit of a timing to make sure you go through these two blocks. If you click the blue orb too early, you'll hit this, which will then make you hit that, right? But just wait a little bit before clicking this blue orb, right? Then you got to go down, you'll click this pink orb relatively late so you don't hit this. Then this portal will put you back into normal gravity and you'll land on this block. Then you're going to jump up and click this blue orb, right? Now that you're on this block, you're going to fall down one, then jump and hit this green orb, right? Now, when you hit this black orb, you're going to jump and then almost immediately after, click this yellow orb, right? Now that will set it up so that this click is consistent. What this click basically is, you're going to fall down into this blue pad, right? Then you have to time it very precisely so that you don't hit this block, but you also reach on top of this block and continue to hold. You're going to then continue to hold until you get to here, right? So just before I get there, I let go. Then you go onto this block and you're going to click, and that's going to send you all the way down to here through this bush and that fake block, right? From there, you're going to continue holding until you get to here, let go, and then you get to here, right? Then you're going to jump all the way over, wait until you're above this block, then click the pink orb, let go, and jump, right? Now, once you've jumped off this, you're going to get to this, black block, then jump and buffer this green orb, and that will send you back to here. If you don't do it early enough, you will hit this and die, right? Right? So as you can see there, I clicked that super early, so I will make it onto there. Then you're going to continue holding until you get to this block, right? Once you get to this block, you can actually continue holding from this one into this portal and then click the orange orb. You need to make sure you're in the correct gravity, so you need to be in the portal. Then, once you've jumped through that portal and click the orange orb, you're gonna hit this black block. Then you don't actually have to jump up here. You can pretty much just wait until you hit this yellow orb, and it's really simple from here. You're just gonna wait for this one, and then hold here. That's the entire pre-drop. I'd recommend now that you go learn it, and I'm going to show you now what it looks like to play. Okay, so now that hopefully you've learned that, we're going to move on to the drop. Firstly, I'd very much recommend you buffer jumping off this block into this green orb, because if you don't buffer it, every time there will be a slight offset on when you hit the 2-speed portal, which might change some parts that you use music sync to guide, right? So, you're going to buffer off this, then click the green orb. Then, once you get here, you're going to wait to get to this block with the heart on it, and then you're gonna jump late so that you don't hit this block and completely ignore this orange orb. Now, once you make it to this robot portal, you're gonna jump up, hit the blue orb to reverse your gravity and then start standing on it, then you're going to fall down onto this. Right. Then you're going to jump off that into this black orb. Click it. This OK actually has blocks, right? Or a singular block. You're going to use the black orb to get down to that. Then jump into this ball portal. Then you're going to click this blue orb and click again to get up onto this block. So, when you hit this block, you're going to do a very late timing so that you come all the way through these two blocks onto this wall here. Then you're going to click again to get into this UFO portal, and then click again. Right? Now that you're here, you're just going to wait until you hit this green orb. Then you're going to click this green orb late, and you're going to micro-click it so that when you go into the ship, you float for a little bit and then go down. Right? Exactly like that. Then it's going to take you down, and you're going to have to avoid clicking this black orb to get through here. Then, once you're here, you're going to have to make sure that you hit this Q portal, and you're going to click on the blue orb. That way, you jump up into here to go into this black orb and blue orb. This is pretty much the same thing. You're going to click the black orb, wait relatively late on the blue orb, then click and hold. Then, once you're up here, you're going to go into this robot portal. You're going to wait till you get down here. Jump up, hit the green orb, and just wait. Once you get here, you're going to hit this UFO and dash orb down into here. Then, once you hit the ship, there's going to be a timer. This is that timing. You're going to go in between these blocks, then down here again, and hit this Q portal. Then, once you're down here, you're going to wait till you hit this block, jump up, bounce off this, and then hit the green orb. You're going to jump again into this pink dash orb, which is going to send you up, through the robot, and then down. Then once you reach this dash orb, you're going to do a little bit of a weird timing with this robot. You need to make sure that you time it so you go into the robot portal, but over this. I'll show you. This actually has spikes on it, so you want to go through into this ball portal. Right? Then there's two blocks up here. Once you hit the second one, you're going to click to get down and then do this spam. So you're going to click this spam 3 times so you can get back up onto here. Then you're going to wait till you hit this block, click to go down into the spider. Now as soon as you get into the spider, you're going to click again, wait till you get here, click this black orb and hold. Now you're up here, you're going to click at the jump indicator, then click into this dash orb again. You don't need to worry about holding, which will send you down into the ship. Now I find it's easiest to just continue holding here so that you start holding at the start of the ship. Right? As you can see, this is about to be the second drop. I guess you could call it, because of the decoration here. You're going to go through here, then you're going to go to this UFO and dash orb straight. Now once you're here, you're going to click this orb. Then once you're shot back up here, you're going to click again, so when you're parallel. Then you're going to click this green orb, and then there's going to be another double click timing. Right? Now once you're here, you're going to once again click this black orb into the blue pad, jump when you get to the same level, and then you're going to click this pink dash orb. Now that you're here, you're going to go into this Q portal, click and hold so that you jump off this block. Then you're going to also click this blue orb, but there's a specific timing. You want to wait until the cube has touched this dot right here. That will set it up so that you can buffer this green orb. If you couldn't tell, there are spikes here. You're not trying to time it in between these two blocks. You're trying to time it here to go into that ball portal. Once you're down here, this is another wave section. You're going to go in between these two. I find the easiest way to set this up is to click the wave when it's about halfway through the portal. Then you're going to let go into here. Right. Now that you're here, you're going to go down, click up again, and this soap that are actually blocks. So you need to spam through this. Now, you're going to go into this Q portal, which will correct your gravity to here, and you're going to jump. Ignore all of this, and just wait till you hit the green dash orb, click it, and then when you get into this UFO, you're going to click it. Now that you're here, you're going to go into this robot portal. You can choose to hop on all these blocks, but it's easier to just skip them all and get to this one. Then, you're just going to wait, fall off this block, get to here, then you're going to click this blue orb, jump off here into the next thing. Right? So you're going to hold until you get, so that you will land, so you will be near this green orb, right? Now this bit is specifically input heavy, right? You're going to click this green orb, hold until you get to here, then you're going to be a cube. You're going to jump anywhere here, click into this, and then you're going to hold, because there's a block here that you're going to want to hold off. Right? Then, once you've held off this, you're going to click this black orb, and that's going to take you to the wave. Right? This block is completely fake. Once you're in this wave, you're just going to click, go through here into this robot, and you're going to click the blue orb that's in it to correct your gravity. So, now that you've done that, you're going to click the yellow orb, wait till you get here. Wait, am I right? So, after you click this blue orb, you're going to be sent down to here. You're going to jump here into this ball portal. It might look like you're going to die, but there's actually a passageway in here. And once you get into here, you're going to click again to switch your gravity so that you fall upwards. Right? Now that you've fallen through here, you're going to click again and then click the cube again. Right? Then you're just going to tap this pink orb. Right? Then you're going to jump into this spider, click instantly, and click so that you hit this block. You don't want to go through here. That's a death sentence. You're going to hit this block so you can then fall into the next thing. Right? You're going to fall into this robot, then hold, as you can see here, until you get to this green orb, and then you're going to buffer it. Or click it relatively. Then, once you're here, you want to make sure that you hit this, which is kind of based on the green orb timing. Because if you do that, then you can buffer this click and hold so that you don't hit this yellow pad. Right? Then you're going to click into this dash orb, wait until about here, so you can then fall into the span. Right? Then you're going to jump off here into this green orb, then you're going to click this and hold until you reach here. So now that you're here, this looks very confusing, but all you have to do is hit this ship, wait until you get into this portal, and then when you go through the portal, that's when you're going to click. Then you're going to hold until you get to about this area with the stars, and that's going to take you through here, there, into the ship. Then, once you're here, this section really is not that difficult. I would just make your own strategy. Now, this is the last part. So, just before we get there, I'm going to show you what it looks like to beat the entire drop. Okay, so, now that hopefully you've learnt the entire drop, we're going to go to the ending. As you can see, I've turned on hitboxes to show you what's real and what's fake here. So, the first thing you're going to do is jump up onto this block. It's easy to remember because this shows what the structuring would look like. Then, you're going to jump up, hold, and try and reach this block. There are multiple ways of doing it, like going down here, jumping here, and then jumping here. But I'm showing you, what, in my opinion, what the easiest method is. Now, when you get to here, remember there's a fake spike here, you're going to click this blue orb, jump up, and then you're going to hold so that you don't hit this block, and you get in here, but it can't be too late because if you land here, you're not going to be able to jump up to not get hit by this, right? So what you're going to do, you're going to jump up into this and just land inside. Now that you're inside, you're just going to fall down onto here. Remember, this is a real block, and there would be a block here if there wasn't this fake spike, right? So then you're just going to jump up onto here, and you need to time it so that you can jump and reach this pink orb without killing yourself here. Then once you've done that, you're going to click this, and it's going to send you onto this fake block. You don't have to worry about this. It's completely auto. You just have to remember to click off of this blue orb. Now, this is the hardest part of the drop. I have no idea why, but this click from this block to this block is extremely hard. So what you're supposed to do, click, hold, go in between these two, let go here, then click onto here, and the rest is easy. Now, there is a specific method to doing it. What I found was click as soon as the robot just leaves the tip of the spike and let go when you see it going halfway through here. So, now that you've made it onto here, you're just going to click onto this block. Then, you're going to fall down. Remember, this is real. All the tips of the blocks here are real. You're going to fall down into this large portal. Then, once you enter the big portal, you're going to jump onto this staircase, fall down. Now, once you're at the bottom of this 3-piece staircase, you're literally just going to jump into this blue pad. And that's it. That's the rest of the level, the rest of his order. And there you go. You can now learn how to beat Troll. Now, I'm going to show you what the end section looks like.